your mind, it's okay. Off your mind,
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk through to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Ingo touchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we loud, Maiyegun don't come, my people make we shout, Maiyegun don't come, Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, Maiyegun don't come, Maiyegun diary Politico, Maiyegun don't come, this one not the off in mind, Maiyegun don't come, and in the touchlight every corner, Maiyegun don't come. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. Still them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you ladder. Maiyegun don't come. My people make we shout. Maiyegun don't come. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses. Maiyegun don't come. Maiyegun diary Politico. Maiyegun don't come. This one not the off in mind. Maiyegun don't come. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you loud. Maiyegun don't come. My people make you shout. Maiyegun don't come. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses. Maiyegun don't come. Maiyegun diary Politico. Maiyegun don't come.
Good evening to you, good morning to you, good afternoon to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Maiyegun live. Our brothers and sisters, the Lagos Abobakus, the Oshogbo Alumajiris, Eku Araya, Thiefnubu, your Jaga bandits, your Jaga Wiri, the Jaga addicts, the arrival of your own photo. Share the broadcast, invite them, drag them here, wherever you see them, drag them. Tell them that Maiyegun today, we have been telling them, but they didn't believe us. Now, we're a wiki of rivers. Don't drop another one. We will spread it. What is there anything called Nigeria? Or those they gave money to in America, ladies and gentlemen. I feel like I should relax because this is going to be interesting and I don't want to miss any part of it at all. Okay? Tonight, we are going to go to America. Nigeria is going to be how many years now? 61 years in the next few days. Okay? And since they have nothing else to hold on to, they went to America to go and pay homeless people. We have found those who actually put out the adverts, those who are behind it. We get talk. Share the video.
press it over roof.
Plenty, as in I've got lots of stuff to share with you tonight, and I think we shouldn't delay any further. What do you think? Now, if you have just joined this broadcast, right, before you settle down, make sure you share the broadcast. Drop your own offerings as you join the Temple of Truth tonight. Drop your offerings. And what is that offering? Your like that video, share that video. Let us hear what Wike had to say. Even a wrong clock can be very correct once or twice in a day. Wike dropped a bombshell, and I wanted to hear from him directly. Now there we go start.
You have a child that's 61 years old. And the next 1 week or Friday next week, Nigeria will be 61 years old. 61 years. So many people celebrate. When you get to 60 years, they celebrate. I thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Now Nigeria will be 61 years old. Nigeria is 61 years old. The only way we can say God will thank you is because there still appears the name called Nigeria. That's why we're thanking God. There still appears the name called Nigeria. But indeed, is there anything called Nigeria? Indeed, a country 61 years, old man of 61 years, full of enmity, full of division, hatred. 61 years old. Nigeria is still talking about enmity, hatred, division. 61 years old. You hate a state because of an individual. 61 years old child. You discriminate against some people because of their religion, because of where they come from. 61 years old. That's Nigeria. And we're clapping hands, Nigeria, Nigeria, Nigeria. 61 years old. Where is the legislature? 61 years old. Where is the legislature? A legislature that cannot think. A legislature, anything they bring is right. A legislature that cannot say that Nigeria has gotten to the age of conducting a free and fair election. A legislature that cannot say that Nigeria has gotten to the age of conducting a free and fair election. A legislature that will close their eyes anytime they bring money, borrow, you borrow. Legislature that will not, this money we are giving you to borrow, where is it? Where are you applying it? 61 years old. The giant of Africa. Giant. 61 years old, giant of Africa. The money we are saying borrow, where are you applying it? You have no Congress to ask questions. You have a Congress, anything goes, anything they can do. Nothing will happen. That's Nigeria, 61 years old. So indeed, what are we celebrating about 61 years old? 61 years old, where are the courts? The courts have been intimidated. The judges have abandoned their responsibility out of fear of what will happen. Yes, intimidation. We are seeing something that's wrong. Because you will summoned in the night. They abandon their responsibility. They say, oh, anything politicians want is their own. Let them do. Everybody has a responsibility. So ask yourself the question, have I done my own part? Have I, by the oath of office I took, have I done what I'm supposed to do? it is not every 1st of October we have to have Juma service, church service, thanking God that we are alive. Fine. We must thank God we are alive. But are we really alive? In the sense of, are we really alive? It's not everybody who breathes says alive. It's not true. If that is the definition of life, then I don't think that's really correct. We may come here and dance, and somebody can dance here, but everybody is dead. The security agencies, are they doing their work? Are they not being intimidated? Today, Nigeria, we are celebrating 61 years old. We cannot do the right thing. Other countries are talking about how their elections will be transparent. We are talking about how we will plot to rig an election in 2023. Simple thing. Transmit a result electronically to show the transparency, to show that really the person you are declaring won the election is problem. 61 years old. 61 years old, a man who presided and signed a report, went to the Congress and voted against the report he signed. 61 years old. You can imagine you, 61 years old. They set up a committee. You are the chairman of the committee. You signed the report of the report. You went to the house and said, I vote against the report I signed. 61 years old. Papa, how are you a father? What kind of father are you? I thought by now we should be talking about how this country will be competing with other developed nations. I thought by now, but we are talking about ethnicity, where you come from. Leadership is no longer based on merit. Leadership is based, you are from left, or you are from right, or you are from front, or you are from back. Even when you know this man has no capacity, but simply because
he is from somewhere, they will push him off. Share the video. Now we are going to kick off. You see that man you listen to is a murderer as well. Okay? But in Nigeria, you have characters like that. Politicians in Nigeria, they can be anything and everything. Depends on the event they are attending. That guy you just watched now is a murderer. He's the governor of Rivers State. Okay? This year, from last year, right? After the NSAS protest, he decided to go after the Igbos in his own state there. He said he was having a social media spat with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He decided to then take it on the people of Obigbo in Rivers State. You know what he did? He called in the soldiers, the Buratai, the butchers army, the killer soldiers. He brought them to Obigbo, local government area where they have mainly the Igbo-speaking, Igbo origin people, just like you have some of them cut off to Benue. And he declared all of them IPOB members. So the soldiers now arrived. They started picking young, old, boys, girls, and they were going into people's homes. They were killing them. We have video. Go back to some of my videos from October, November, December, January, February, March, April, until May 2021 now. That guy. But you know one thing? It was in the presence of God. I believe it was in a church. They called him there to come and pray. They are organizing state arrangement towards Nigeria at 61. When we were growing up, those who were managing Nigeria, they were able to lie to us and make it look so real that every October 1st, there are lots and lots of activities that will be going on everywhere. If you are school children, around that time, you know what I'm talking about. In the 80s, in the 90s. Not much, I don't know much about the millennials, all of you. They will make us prepare for democracy. Even some areas, you will see them, they will be organizing carnivals. Different carnivals in the green, white, green, flags. Until Boko Haram came. And that fraud, nobody could hide it anymore. So when Wike decided to say this out, something came to my mind that, are you noticing any kind of celebration for Nigeria independence anywhere at all? Like, you are watching me from Nigeria. Tell me, how is because Nigeria is going to be 61 in 2 days. Oh, I mean, we're in 3 days. On Friday, do you know that? Liejiriya will be 61 years old. And look at the person you just listened to just now. With a Wike of Rivers, in the presence of God, he confessed. Is there anything called Nigeria? I will let you answer that. I may come back to this later. I get a lot of stuff to share. Anything to call Nigeria? Or is there anything called Nigeria where Nigeria military and police will go after armless, unarmed citizens, shoot at them, kill them, massacre them, in public glare, and there will be nothing? And the same government will refuse to actually arm and train the soldiers to fight the real terrorists that are killing the soldiers, right? And if you protest against it, that you are not going to fight Boko Haram in Nigeria, and you are a soldier, once you are arrested, you will be sentenced to death. While the terrorists that are killing them for not having good guns are getting repentance. It is not a make-up story. I will start with this guy, a living witness. Relax and watch this. This guy said he protested after the kidnap of the Chibok girls, and he saw how many soldiers were killed around that time, and the subsequent people killed after. He decided to protest. That no, we are not going to, I'm not going to go and fight. There are many that we won't fight any war again if you are not going to give us good guns. If you are going to give, have you ever seen anywhere that, have you ever seen any war video where the country, a big country, and their soldiers, they are pushing APC, armored personnel carrier. You see that bazooka, boom, boom, that big truck, pushing it at the war front when they are fighting Boko Haram, ragtag terrorists. That is the situation of so many of those Nigerian soldiers. It is so bad, right, that normally those who designed how to conquer Boko Haram before this APC, Egbekegbe, came in, their style was that if you are a soldier, they will send you to the war, to the war front. You will go there for 6 months, okay? And if you manage to come back, they will replace you every 6 months so that other people will go and you will have time to go and see your family, to go and, at least feel normal because, if you are lucky to be back. Now, when these Janjaweed criminals came, so many soldiers have been left in Borno for years now. So many soldiers have been sent to so many places where some of these armed terrorists domicile the forest, and these soldiers going after them. God bless them. God bless their souls. It is just a survivor of the fittest. That is why they get killed and killed and killed. And guess what? It even gets worse, right? Apart from the fact that they just send them to go and die. And they've been there for years, which has also dampened the morale of many of them. Some of them don't really want to fight anything. They just want to stay alive until somebody will transfer them. Some of them are waiting to just run away, right? All of this coupled with poor payments, poor salary. Boko Haram fight, they are collecting money and giving that money back to their families in Kano, in Borno, in Maiduguri, in everywhere, all over these places where you have all these terrorists. So those fighters you see in the forest, and they told you that they are from Niger, Chad, and all of this, the ones who are actually working with them in the local thing, from those ones they are recruiting from those Liejiriya, they are family. They are no. You know how do I know that? Many of those repentant terrorists they said they released, they are victims. When they saw them back in the communities, they realized that they were children who grew up in those communities, right? And suddenly they disappeared. Nobody knew what happened to them. Then attack came on those communities, and those children were seen among the fighters and the terrorists, killing their own people, supposed people in those villages. Now, years after that, they returned again. They said it's repented. So that is their own, is their logic. So if for those of them, for terrorists to have access to their family, soldiers in Nigeria, especially those one from the southern Nigeria, they have no access to any family. If you think I'm lying, some of them are watching my video right now. They are watching. And some of them have been in Borno for more than 3 years. And the arrangement was they will go 6 months, other people will go 6 months, another will go 6 months, and they will be, changing them like that to always reinvigorate the energy of the fight. So this guy said, when I don't kill all my friends, I'm not going to fight anything. I'm not going anywhere if you're not going to give us good guns. They are not well paid, though. Apart from the fact that they have left them there to die, their salaries unpaid. Some of them who died, their family members, they still believe that they are there in Borno, they are there in Sokoto, they are there somewhere fighting terrorists as Nigerian soldiers. Meanwhile, they are already dead. Some of them have been dead for 2-3 years, and their family members still think they are there in Borno. They are asking military, please give us information about our son. All this I'm telling you right now, there are people who are actually out there who are victims, family members of soldiers in Nigeria who have no idea where their son, their daughter, where they are right now for the past years because they have been killed, and all those records are kept away. That's how crooked it has become. This guy now said, I'm not fighting. You remember Corporal Martins Edapani? You remember him? He is still in detention. The guy that made video and complained that all his friends, many of his friends have been killed because they had no good weapons, right? Some of them have been injured and they have been abandoned by the Nigerian military. That Buratai the butcher should save the military, should save them from the hands that they are capable of fighting. They know what it takes and what it will take to defeat these terrorists, these Janjaweed terrorists. But you can't continue to send us to our death. What did they do to that guy? They arrested him. He's been in detention for over a year now. Right? But this guy who protested, they court-martialed them. They sentenced them to death. Listen to his story. I'm going to take a drink break. Remember, if you haven't really shared this broadcast, if you haven't dropped your own offering, which is that like, do that now. Let somebody tell everybody to drop their offerings while we listen to this guy's story. It will touch and break your heart. This is even just the beginning of a lot of stuff I have to share with you tonight. Watch it.
Commander. After that time, we buried our dead. After we buried our dead, the rest were taken.
If you want to watch the full video, please go on to the Punch Facebook page. It is up there. Now, how do you feel? After you listen to all of that, how do you feel? So if you have been watching Maiyegun all this while and you think that guy is just exaggerating, it's not that bad. Nigeria military are gallant. Nigeria military will come for them. They are routing them. All those media things are what the Buhari media centers are doing, the social media adsmen, the Facebook bandits, all lies. Why soldiers are being sent to their death deliberately. Billions and billions of dollars have been borrowed to fight this. But yet, those fighting Boko Haram are going on there to fight with what? And the situation hasn't changed. It has gone worse. They convicted him, they sentenced him and the others to death. At that point, that was the moment he said he gave up. Like, I don't want to be a soldier again. No. If you are not going to give us weapon, I'm not fighting again. They then court-martialed them and sentenced him to death. Now, Barrister Femi Falana and co. And then fight for them. You have been reading it in the news. Now, one of them be that. That is what they have intentionally made Nigeria to become. While they equip those ones that can go after soft targets. Look at that. They buy weapons that can keep people, in a 400-meter range. Abi? So that one can kill everybody, protesters, quickly now. Since he can't kill Boko Haram, they deliberately. And whenever they bring in real weapons, the Boko Haram will attack the barracks. The bandits will attack the barracks. They will steal the weapons. Soldiers at the war front, they will be praying. You will see them saying, inshallah, then they take survive. But those ones they will send to kill, as usual, they were in town today, in Abuja, where they went after the Shiites, who are peacefully protesting. Other members of their family, other members of their, groups, attacked or in prison right now, illegally. And you know what? Sharp. Boko Haram's terrorist army, they killed 6 today. They are not even ashamed. They were beating children in public with sticks, with guns. Let's go to Abuja. These are the people that Buratai the butcher killed 1,000 in a single day. Imagine, Nigerian military killed armless people, over 1,400 people in a single day. And they later said, no, it's not 1,400 something. It's just 350 something people they killed. Not 1,000 something. First, they said they didn't kill anybody. And guess what? All the names of those they killed are out there. So they went after them today again in Abuja. I think I should share that with you. I decided to start the that clip from that. They are not holding any weapon. They are not fighting anybody. They are Islamic sect called the Shiites. The Shiite sect in Kaduna, in Zaria. El Rufaya of Kaduna think their type of Islam is wrong and is dangerous because their own type of Islam, the jihadi one that they are practicing and murdering people in southern Kaduna right now, is the right one. And if they don't stop these ones early, they may try to override them later. There's already there's already fight in hellfire anyway. However, peaceful protest, they make Boko Haram get running stomach. Right. Immediately after what you just saw now, things changed. And for those who recorded it from the back, I think you will see it better here. That is the Federal Capital Territory of Abuja. I mean, of Liejiriya. They said now Fulani Capital Territory. And they don't even get one centimeter of land. I mean, so 1 centimeter of land in that place. Small peaceful protests, coordinated and organized, well organized. They are not disturbing the traffic or anything. And immediately they told them that those people down the road again, oh, go grab your gun, go grab your gun. Nigeria military, they were out there to start shooting at them, and they killed 6 of them today. 6 innocent people. Just same way, 33 people were killed in southern Kaduna. Let's go to southern Kaduna before we then go to Yankee United Nations, New York, where people were paid to go and stand up for one Liejiriya. One Liejiriya. We found those who actually organized it. It will shock you. But before we get to that, let's go to southern Kaduna. Now, we have names of the people killed in southern Kaduna by the terrorists that are getting pardoned by the same terrorists who control the government of Liejiriya. I'll read this out. And if you want to know about this information, you can also go right now on Google, right? And you can just search for names, photos of all the 33 citizens killed by Fulani militants in southern Kaduna. And the credit to this goes to the Foundation for Investigative Journalism and everyone that has been speaking out from day one, right? Now look at it this way, 33 people killed. The other day I was telling you that one of the things I detest so much about Nigeria and their media is that they see many of you as statistics. Let's say 45 people killed, just like that. No names, no nothing, no nothing. 68 people killed. 300 people killed. Just like that. Statistics. 305 people killed. No name, no nothing. So that makes you never to have any kind of sympathy to know that those numbers, they are the names of human beings. And that's why I want to respect this particular one. And I'm going to read those names out. They managed to give us the names of those killed in southern Kaduna. You have heard that thousands have been killed in southern Kaduna by these Fulani terrorists. Right? Let me read this out. It says, at about 7 p.m. on Sunday, suspected Fulani herdsmen invaded Madamai and Abu communities in Kaura local government area of Kaduna State, killing at least 33 residents. The armed men fired a rocket-propelled grenade, RPG, to destroy the lives and properties of citizens, according to witnesses. So this is their image, but I'm going to cover that a bit for graphic purpose. So said Ezra, somebody who spoke to the reporter said he broke down in tears while telling FIJ over the phone that his friends and relatives were victims of the raid and that his house was razed, right? You can see this briefly. This is the people. This is a picture of people murdered there, right? Now, he continued. I am tense. My people were killed by the Fulani militants and my house was burnt. The Fulani attackers came around 7 p.m. on Sunday, carrying an RPG and other sophisticated guns. Our boy said most of the victims of the attack were women and children. He added that the corpses of the victims had been taken to a mortuary in the state. Now, 13 persons from same family killed. Here is another tragedy. In the same family, among these 33 people killed, 13 people were killed in the same family that night. When they report out there, they will say farmers, others clashes. How can you say farmers and others, they clashed? And only the farmers are dead and the others, nothing. This is the first lie and fraud they were telling about the Southern Kaduna. It was ethnic cleansing, land grabbing, absolute nothing else, right? 13 human beings. Imagine if they kill 13 persons in one person's family. Imagine that tragedy. And that has been the tragedy of so many people that these guys have been killing in the name of their religion and not whatever they believe in. Southern Kaduna. Said Michael Magaji, a priest in Catholic Diocese of Kafanshan, Kaduna, said 13 members of a family were among the 33 persons killed by the militants. He noted that 8 other persons injured during the attack were receiving treatment in a hospital. Look at this truck. That's human beings. They piled on that truck. Human beings, children, women in Southern Kaduna. In a country that is 61 years, Abi. One Nigeria, one united Nigeria. And those who are committing these atrocities, guess what? They are going to be forgiven because once they repent, who are you to say they cannot be forgiven? Whoever is dead because they've done the job anyway, right? Human beings. About 20 houses were burnt and 13 persons from the same family killed, Magaji told the Cable. We intend to have a mass burial to call the attention of the world to what is happening to our people. So, Foundation of Investigative Journalism obtained the names of the victims lost in the bloody attack as compiled by Southern Kaduna community leaders. Although an on-the-ground video sent to this reporter showed that 37 persons were killed, only 33 names of victims had been documented at the time of filing this report. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? 37 people were killed, human beings who did absolutely nothing just for being part of Liejiriya. Just that. And guess what? They went to bed. They went to bed on Saturday, only for them never to wake up again. They woke up dead. And that can happen to anybody. And that is where Nigeria is headed. Right? Let me give you their names. Women and children. What kind of heartless people will sit back and they have the resources, the wherewithal to stop this kind of carnage, to stop this kind of killings, this bloodletting, this waste of lives that they have been embarking on, where over 10 million people have been sent to either their early grave or to IDP camp. And they continue every day. It continues. Which kind of leaders would then sit in anywhere and say the solution is to give lands to the killers, is to forgive the killers, and then dare all of you to do your worst? The names. 33 human beings. I don't even know how I'm feeling right now. Mrs. Lami Yakubu Akekai, Mrs. Florence Yakubu Adekai, Danlami Adekai, Samaila Adekai, Garba Simon, Patrick Bala, Kato Ashigaba, Andrew Lekwot, Lawrence Andrew. I'm going to read them with honor. Let me read their names one by one properly. Names of the Southern Kaduna villagers killed by Fulani militants on Sunday, just 2 days ago, are as follows. 1. Mrs. Lami Yakubu Akekai. Number 2. Mrs. Florence Yakubu Adekai. Number 3. Dan Lami Adekai. Number 4. Samaila Adekai. Number 5. Garba Simon. Number 6. Patrick Bala. Number 7. Kato Achigaba. Number 8. Andrew Lekwot. Number 9. Lawrence Andrew. Number 10. Victor Joseph. Number 11. Philemon Akant Abiba. Number 12. Sofio Bala Buachat. Number 13. Siman Zamani. Number 14. Danjuma Yusuf. 15. Friday Bulus. 16. Eunice Ibrahim. 17. Stephen Hunkom. 18. Yusuf Zuwahu. 19. Genesis Danjuma. 20. Bulus Marcos. 21. Ezekiel Bobai. 22. Talatu Ezekiel. 23. Bonat Francis. 24. Thank God Hananiah. 25. Raymond Lahaki. 26. Musa Yashim. 27. Janet Dunia. 28. Paul Hakwat. 29. Johanna Gagarao. 30. Lucy Kambai. 31. Faith Bala. 32. Esther Luca. 33. Philip Kambai. 4 other dead or killed people are yet to be named. This is what we wanted. When we begin to put name beside all this death, maybe messages of the messages being, you are being told that Nigeria is not for you. You are just collateral, just collateral damage you'll be. If you get killed, they will tell you, you won't be the first to be killed. And selling patriotism to you in an hopeless situation, you are just in any way on your own if you choose never, if you choose never to change, possibly change the lie. At least now that you know, recently said a video came out, and we have been hearing that, what do you call it? The Lagos Abobakus. They said, if all this nonsense that these northern governors are saying, if it comes back to be true, this Nigeria will eventually break if they don't give Thiefnubu the 2023 presidency. Meanwhile, they are telling them, stop banging the table. What is wrong with all of you? You are from southern Nigeria and you are bragging. If you don't do this, who are you guys? What is wrong with you? Don't talk like that. We are the one who decide who will be what and what. So, meanwhile, the Lagos Agbero, the Lagos Abobakus, the humbled slaves and obedient fools, sophisticated moron and their cousins and their cousins and their nephews and all of them all over there in the Buhari clan. They said, if they don't give us 2023, we'll break up Nigeria. Say, no wahala. In order for them to ginger themselves, they decided to do a video shop, because they made people believe in Nigeria that Thiefnubu's campaign for president don't land for London. And I love these ladies who decided to talk about it. They say your Thiefnubu is back in Nigeria. Yes, I've seen a video that said he's back in Nigeria. I've not confirmed it, but I'll share that video with you. But they say your Thiefnubu done the campaign in London. Of course, this must be the video you are talking about. Abi?
A video showing campaign posters of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu superimposed on rail lines and airport terminals in the United Kingdom circulated online. Let's take a look. Okay, is he running or not? I mean, he hasn't come. I'm sorry, I can't hold myself. Rafai, quickly, your analysis on this.
I mean, with that video, was he running for the mayor of London? Or does he want to take Sajid Javid? What's the mayor of London's name again? I forget his name. Genius. And bring them out of this place. Those are the issues. Oh, this one are just...
So when they talk about who is going to solve Nigeria problem, who is going to bring you out of poverty? Oh boy, na Zobo. Don't let anybody tell you that they will take you out of poverty. Okay? Before them born you, they have been talking about taking you out of poverty. Before them born you, your parents, they were telling them, and when they were like you, they were telling them that we are fighting for the future so that we will stop poverty, we will bring this and that, we will learn nonsense. Don't let anybody tell you that they want to fight poverty in 2023. They want to fight nonsense. Because last, you see, without poverty, people like Thiefnubu won't really matter. Honestly speaking, they don't. Have you ever really sat with them and listened to them and have a chat with them, other than just the nonsense they blab, which is just to make them sound like they are educated. But without poverty, they are nothing. Wait, in Lagos today, supposed Lagos today, see, if no be poverty, if everybody they work, you go see this kind of number of people.
The premises of the private terminal. He made another stop outside, came down from his vehicle, and spoke again to the media, describing rumors that he was seriously ill as unfounded.
I thank Nigerians for their prayers and thank many of my well-wishers who are overwhelmingly concerned. They were concerned about
I'm not sure if that video is recent too. So I just thought some of this, apart from the fake video you saw earlier, where they said that Thiefnubu's poster was everywhere in London, and people said, is he campaigning to be mayor of London? But you see, people who support these guys, they are dumber because they are, when you see poverty is beyond just material things. Like, you don't have this, I want to have that. I've told you that many times, and I know many of you know that poverty is not about just material things and material things only. Most people have a lot of things, but they are poor people. Okay, they have money, they have private jet, they have all of those, but they are poor because they are poor in mind. That's the category that some of these guys belong to. And when you see those who are supporting them, those Abuja, we are talking about the Mumu Madus, the Bele lecturers, the Mumu lecturers, all those uncles. I've told you their stories, right? They are not intelligent, and that's what poverty does to people. It's not because they can't feed, they can't eat, they drive nice, they live in London, but they are poor people, very poor in everything, indeed. So somebody say, but that must be a very creative idea. If we record this video, and we put Asiwaju's face everywhere, people of Lagos, they go shop am. People go know say Asiwaju is coming to come and serve them and bring all this into them in Nigeria. And to them, wow, that's smart. That's a very good campaign. The seat is a campaign to them because they are poor people, very, very poor people. They are watching me right now as well. I want Uncle London. I want Mommy New York. Daddy, watch. I mean, look at Daddy Maryland. You see, because many of them left Liejiriya right? They left Liejiriya. When you see have 12 states, Gongola state, Bende state, what do they call them again? All those funny states they are then, right? That Gowon created. They left Nigeria since then, after Civil War, and they have lost. The living abroad is the only thing they have left. Wasted generation. And those are the people that will go everywhere telling you, if it's not Ashiwaju, Yoruba would have suffered. And we said, how are you better now and your people? So those are the ones making all those things. So without poverty, these guys are useless. Without somebody saying, do you know how many people that Senator Lagbaja is feeding a day? Say, why should the senator be feeding people? Why? Why is he feeding people? Doing what? Do you know how many people, how many mouths Ashiwaju is feeding a day? Say, why should he be feeding how many mouths? Why should how many mouths he feeds be my business? And why is he feeding them? He's feeding them because he stole from them. There is no way those people can ever make any ends meet. It is from frying pan to fire. And when they run to the pillar, when they run to the wall, at the end of the day, they find direction to his house that will give them a bag of rice, that will give them a bag of semo, give them ororo, give them Ankara wrapper, and then they will go and say, if not for Ashiwaju, hunger for don't kill us for this area. Now Ashiwaju, they make sure say we the chop. So our vote now for anywhere we Ashiwaju say, is that not what the poverty does? Is that not what made them who they are? And what is the end result of that too? Because that's the point. They say, okay, what's the end result? After all that, what has now become the people they claim to be leading? Better off? Of course not. But well, you still have to do what you have to do anyway. But listen, as some of them are planning towards October 1st for Nigeria's 61st independence, some of them are also getting the message. You listen to me, Wike earlier, and then you've heard that from many other people too. Those who are still disguising, the Weres that are disguising, very soon they count down. Okay, very soon you see many of them. They will be talking, and some of you will be listening to them. Will be like, wait, is that Maiyegun there on the TV? They say, no be Maiyegun. Now Governor Akeredolu they talk. They say, how come Governor Akeredolu they talk like Maiyegun ke? Oh boy, that's when you begin to say, oh boy, be like say the thing don't change. Say, who is that person talking? Who is that on that TV? Say, now Seyi Makinde. Say, why is Seyi Makinde talking like somebody I know? Because everybody go chop the breakfast, right? And then the reality will set in so fast. All we need is just what? It's just time. Like these guys, the truth would hit everybody. Now small, then go they know say Nigeria is not for them.
You all saw what happened, and it shows one major thing. Nigeria is not one. Anybody that is saying that Nigeria is one, we've been trying to talk to our members, the Southeast people that are talking about Biafra, to calm them down, that we're going to be reintegrated, that everything will move. We have seen it now that Nigeria is not one. Everybody goes soon see him. You may be telling yourself that maybe something will happen tomorrow. Maybe Maiyegun, we should not be wishing like, it's not about wishing all day. Wishing. If wishes were horses, beggars will ride, they say. It is not about wishing anymore. Una don't enter ram. You see this journey, the only saving grace everybody get right now is to jump out of the ship. If you know if you swim, people go help you. Just jump out first. Or make you sink with them. They know they are so desperate. They decided to go to America.